Joining me now on the line from New York is Mr. Richard Forer. He's author of Breakthrough: Transforming Fear into Compassion. Thank you very much for being on the Top 5, Mr. Forer. Now, first of all, what do you think about the timing of this announcement and this deal worth $10 billion of weapons between the U.S. and Israel?
Well, I mean, it's not at all surprising, and it comes soon after Obama's visit to Israel, and also while John Kerry and Chuck Hagel are in the Middle East. It's simply United States once again pandering to Israel's determination to maintain superiority over all of its neighbors. I mean, there's no inherent problem with wanting to be superior to your neighbors in various ways. It's just that this superiority enables Israel to maintain its illegal occupation over the Palestinian people, which also antagonizes all of its Arab neighbors. And so the United States, what it's doing is it's ensuring that Israel will not have to make peace, because as long as Israel has the means to maintain its occupation, it won't make peace. It'll maintain the occupation. And also this was a signal to Iran that the United States is not screwing around, that Israel is going to have all these advanced weapons to make sure that if they do attack Iran, they'll be able to do it more successfully than they would have without these weapons.
So, Mr. Forer, quickly, if you can, do you think there is a relation to the Syria crisis as well? Because we've been seeing at the same time the announcement of the easing of the embargo, or the oil embargo on the militants, and calls for more weapons to the militants there. We've been hearing a lot from Syria of Israel's involvement there.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a relationship to the Syrian crisis. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? The entire Middle East could get embroiled in that. Iraq, there's worries that that the civil war in Syria could spill over into Iraq, for example. And once war gets really rolling throughout the region, other things could take place. I mean, other resentments could rise up, and then Israel could become a target for some of the militants. But the real way to avoid all the death and destruction that's going on is to really try to make peace, to do what is necessary to make peace, and that does not include giving Israel the means not to make peace, because that's really what this arms sale is doing. Without the money, without the aid that the United States gives Israel, Israel simply would not have the financial means to prolong its now nearly 46-year occupation of the Palestinian people, which enrages the Arab world. Because remember, in 2002 and again in 2007, the Saudi Arabia peace initiative was offered to Israel, which would have been a full peace with full diplomatic relations, security guarantees for all the states of the region, and the acceptance of Israel by the entire Arab and Muslim world.
Mr. Richard Forer, author of Breakthrough: Transforming Fear into Compassion, joining us there on the line from New York. Thank you very much.